you have teams, let's say the Denver Nuggets, who have players that can contribute, but don't exactly fit into where the team is headed. Or you have a guy like DeAndre Jordan who has a lot to offer on a team that's going in the opposite direction. Tell us about some of these guys on this list.
Well, I look at a guy like DeAndre Jordan on the Clippers, and if you're the Clippers, you may be in a situation where you need to hit the reset button in terms of your player personnel. The Clippers, obviously in the Western Conference, DeAndre, as great a player as he is, I mean, you got a guy that's averaging almost 14 rebounds a game, 10, 11 points a game. He protects the rim. But he's a one-dimensional player in the Western Conference. That's a tough deal when you're trying to chase the Golden State Warriors. So, once again, you're a team at this point. You're not playing great basketball. Do you look to now move him in an effort to try to reset your personnel to get a little bit more versatile?
And relative to the notion of Cleveland acquiring him, because the only teams they're really worried about beating are the Golden State and Houstons of the world, because success is only a championship there. You can't really look to add somebody who doesn't have that kind of versatility on the wing that you spoke to, whereas Tristan Thompson really does. So I think it would shock me if that was something that was ever to come together.
Yeah, well, one of the other teams, because you're saying Tristan Thompson for DeAndre Jordan from Cleveland, not really beneficial for the Cavaliers.
Well, I think just if you look at the contract itself, DeAndre has a player option for $24 million next year. If he opts out of that, he's going to be looking to get $35 million.
Ooh.
In Cleveland's particular salary situation, Tristan Thompson, with his versatility at $17 million, probably a much better fit for their roster. But to the point you made about the way you look at the season as it goes along and things start to settle out, the best situation for us in a front office is that there is a real stratification between the top and the bottom. Because the more teams that there are that believe they're fighting for a playoff spot, there's actually fewer sellers. And so Denver's a great example of that. They're a very good young team right now, so they're not going to just be getting rid of veteran pieces that help them win basketball games.
Yeah, you had 3 players on your list for them. You had Kenneth Faried, Wilson Chandler, and Will Barton. Those are guys that can contribute on other teams.
Well, they're on there for different reasons. Also, I'm not paying, as much as I love DeAndre, I'm not paying $34 million. But they're on there for different reasons. You have a guy like Kenneth Faried, who, it's no big secret, he doesn't necessarily fit with the way that the Nuggets want to play, particularly the fact that they have Millsap. Although he's injured, they play inside out. They're very versatile. That's not Kenneth Faried. But I look at a guy like Barton. I look at a guy like Chandler. They have value. And as the Nuggets, and you assess your team, you have to ask yourself, are we at the point where we've got to go out and get yet another star utilizing some of our young talent? Are we there yet? We're buoyant around 500. We're not progressing maybe the way that we want. Do we make a move now with some young assets in an effort to use some of our young players to get an even bigger star into your market and send Faried with them?
You had 2 Lakers on there as well, who are in the opposite end of the spectrum in their salaries and in their career, and Julius Randle and Brook Lopez.
Yeah, Julius Randle, again, no secret, is somebody that probably doesn't fit into the Lakers' future. Couple that with the fact the Lakers are not in the 2018 draft. They don't have a first-round pick. So do you utilize somebody like Randle to go out and get a first-round pick? Brook Lopez, a little bit different case. He's only got 1 year in his contract and is an asset to the Lakers because, right, he creates cap space this summer. But there may be a team out there that feels that they need a little bit of an inside presence that you might be able to get a pick back for, and couple him with Randle and make a deal that way. Otherwise, you keep Brook Lopez.
Well, I think part of what the Lakers are dealing with in the Julius Randle situation is that Kyle Kuzma has been so much better than anybody could have expected coming in. And so those are minutes that Julius was expecting to get. And so if you're the Lakers and you're growing a situation where Lonzo and Kyle are together in that same draft class, it's going to be really appealing, maybe, as you said, to add a pick and continue the youth movement there. And Brook is certainly going to be attractive to teams that would like to improve their salary situation moving forward. Hard to imagine the Lakers do better than just having his money go away at the end of the year, but
Yep.
Certainly a lesson to young players out there. Don't focus on where you get drafted. Come in and prove yourself. Kyle Kuzma, not a lottery pick like Julius Randle, but definitely having a good start to his career.